Okay, we are back on item number 29. I believe it was Leader Newberry.
Affirmative on item 13, please, Mr. Speaker. I was out of the room.
So ordered. Representative Chippendale.
Was it properly introduced?
I believe it was moved and seconded. It was not okay. Item number, was it called? Clerk, did you call item 29, clerk?
Item 29, number 7390, sub A.
Chairman Keeble.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. House Bill 7390, Substitute A, by Deputy Speaker Lima, would codify the city-town application process for concealed carry weapons. It would make uniform among all 39 different cities and towns the application that would be submitted for approval or denial. It also adds time limits where before there were none. Previously, a city or town could take unlimited time to review an application. This now makes that standard. Additionally, it requires a written decision to the applicant if there is a denial, so that for the first time, people could know why they were denied, whereas before there was no such requirement. It also, on the Attorney General's side, allows for a one-time emergency extension for work purposes for people who already have a concealed carry weapon so that they don't lose their jobs. We heard testimony that there were security guards that would submit an application for renewal. They had already previously been approved. Nothing had changed, but some cities and towns would refuse to issue it. Those people would lose their jobs. So this provides for an emergency extension at the Attorney General's office. It's a good bill, and I move passage.
Chairman Keeble moves passage. That is seconded by Representative Casey, Whip Edwards, Representative Solomon, Representative Coughlin, Representative Mello, Leader Newberry, Representative Filippi, Representative Macbeth, Representative Roberts, Representative Natalillo, Representative Chippendale, Representative Price, Representative Costa, Representative Giarrusso, Representative Morgan, Representative Riley, Representative Morin, Representative Diaz, Representative Bennett, Representative Nunes, Representative Constantino, Representative Filella, Deputy Speaker Lima, Representative Canario, Chairman Craven, Representative Cannavale, and Representative Ucci. There are Representative Carson.
Yes, I have a question for the chair.
He will yield.
I just wanted to know how the municipalities felt about this and how the police chiefs felt about this now that they have this extra responsibility.
Well, I'm not sure that they have submitted anything formally to committee. I've heard anecdotal evidence from some representatives that some people have heard from their police chiefs. I have not, that their chiefs are not in favor of this legislation, but that varies from town to town and representative to representative. The committee has received nothing formally.
Representative Tany.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If the chairman will yield.
He will yield.
Does this eliminate the good cause
No.
clause?
No.
So this won't interfere with anything that was just passed in the Ninth Circuit?
Well, the Ninth Circuit does a lot of things that, as I'm sure all the lawyers will tell you, I don't know what you're referring to, but it does not change that part of the statute. So I think the answer to your question is no.
There was just a recent decision in the last week, and we don't have any clarity as to whether or not this is in conjunction or in cohesion with that.
Representative Tany, we're in Rhode Island. That's the 1st district, not the 9th district. 9th district's California.
No, I understand that, but I just was wondering if there was any legal advisory opinion in conjunction with the most recent 9th district ruling. I have concerns about this. I, too, have heard, as Rep. Carson mentioned, that some of the police chiefs are not, in fact, in favor of this. My concerns are, and I didn't realize that we were going to go from item 13 to 29, so I just got a copy of the sub A that I was looking through to see what the changes to the bill were, but I do have pretty grave concerns about this in light of not having a lot of time to take a look at it, and I would just like to urge my colleagues on the House floor to think about this closely before you press the green button on this. I will not be supporting this bill. Thank you.
Chairman Craven.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sometimes the older you get, you actually get to stand up and say something that happened historically, and it involved yourself. And this is one of those instances. I will tell you I have read this bill, with the exception of the portions of the bill that talk about the emergency renewal. This is a case that I was involved with as a litigator in the case before the Rhode Island Supreme Court. And this case was remanded back to the city of East Providence, which I was representing in that matter, and with an order from the court to say that there should be a written decision, that there should be a basis upon which the decision was made by the police chief, and the rest of these requirements, so to speak, that are now being codified or will be codified in the event that this bill becomes law. So that's the reaction for where this came from. It's not, it was our Rhode Island Supreme Court who, in a way, and if I can just be kind of a little coy, I know many of those members now from before they were members of the Supreme Court, and I can tell you that there were 3 of them that were looking at me as I was defending the position of the city of East Providence at that time in reference to this particular application that was involved with this case. And they were looking at me saying, are you kidding me? Are you going to defend that position? There has to be some due process to an applicant asking for a carry permit. There's got to be some rules and regulations. All this